I don't get why it's so hard for people to take a risk and invest money in themselves, but they're okay taking risks with going out, getting drunk, spending money on alcohol, spending money on drugs, right? Spending money on all these life experiences, but they're afraid to take risks, money risks, in terms of benefiting themselves, trying to learn, trying to have more self-growth, trying to build skills so that they can be better at something, where those skills can actually pay them to make more money, and in turn means that they won't have to work another job for the rest of their lives. Instead, they can build a skill and work for themselves. Yet a lot of people are afraid to take that risk, even if they tell themselves that or tell other people that they want to take the risk or they want to start a business or something. I hear so many people always constantly, saying, I want to start something, I want to start a side hustle. But then when it comes to it, they're afraid to take the risk and spend a bit of money in themselves, right? For example, like I went through this as well. For myself, it was difficult to basically put that money risk, right? Like to spend money on a course because, I didn't want to get scammed or I didn't want to lose my money. What if it didn't work out? So the easy way out was to just not do it and instead spend money on life experiences, things where like I would have more fun. For example, traveling maybe, or maybe even going out to clubs and spending money at the clubs. Those life experiences were more fun, and so I'd rather, actually get. And plus, when you spend money in those life experiences, you kind of get the reward straight away. Whereas when you invest money into a course, you invest money into something where you will have to learn a skill. It takes time, it takes a lot of effort, and so you won't see the return of the money in a while. So you don't see that reward straight away. And I think, a lot of people out there, I don't know, they always ask me or tell me like, how do I do it? How do I spend my money like that? I've spent probably almost like over 20 grand in just investing in dropshipping and learning about dropshipping. And like, yeah, I'm making a switch to TikTok shop right now. And, it's completely different to dropshipping in terms of like, I'm not selling a product. I'm actually just being an affiliate for, brands right now. But then, yeah, I can make more money than actually doing dropshipping myself, which is really weird to say. And I didn't think that was something that I would ever do or make the switch to, but I am. And yet, like, I spent over 20 grand, right, on organic dropshipping. And, back then I still, I probably saved money, even though I spent over 20 grand on dropshipping. I still saved a lot of money in terms of not doing Facebook ads. Instead, I did organic dropshipping. So then, if I was doing Facebook ads, for example, I probably would have spent over 100 grand or something, right, with dropshipping. So yeah, I spent way less money still, yet a lot of people will say, wow, you spent over 20 grand on dropshipping. That's a lot of money. Yet you're able to spend like 60 to 70,000 dollars of your paycheck on going to the nightclub and going out to eat every night with your friends and spending money on alcohol, destroying your body, destroying your brain. And you're willing to make those big ass sacrifices, yet you're not willing to make a good sacrifice for yourself, to learn a skill, to learn and be better as a person. And why? Why is it so hard? I don't get why. Like, to make that switch, right? Like, I don't know. It's crazy to me how so many people say like it's a lot of money, because I get that. I've been getting that a lot recently, where like people have been like, oh, how much money did you actually spend on dropshipping? And, was it hard or whatever? And it was hard. It was very difficult. And like, yeah, I did spend a lot of money. However, I wasn't at the start. Yeah, I was afraid of spending that money. However, now I'm super open to spending money if it means that I will gain more in return, right? Like with TikTok Shop, I've already bought an account, a single account for almost 400 Australian dollars. That's just one account, and yeah, I'm spending around like $400 to $500 a month on AI software to use, to produce the content for TikTok Shop. So yeah, that's already like what, $1,000 gone for a month. So yeah, it is a lot of money, but then if I think about it, I'd rather spend and invest that money, right, that $1,000 a month onto something good where I'll actually get probably more benefits out of it, compared to just going out to the clubs, doing alcohol, doing drugs, right, making friends who don't really care about you, meeting other people who are just degenerates trying to, go out and just like get shit-faced all the time. Those aren't the kind of people I want to meet. And, yet you're allowing yourself to stay up really late at night, spending time with these people who don't benefit your life. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Instead, you could be spending the $2-3 grand you make a month on an investment in yourself where you actually learn and build your skills. And yeah, like, the thing is, like, also, like, if you're not ready to receive that kind of information, I feel like your body won't do it. So, for example, like, if you're not at that stage in life where you're able to just accept that you should stop doing these bad things and bad habits, you'll just continue doing these bad habits. Because I was at a point for myself where, I was ready to accept the information out there to make me a better person. Like, I was open to it. Whereas before, I would constantly go out all the time. I would never have enough sleep, which meant that I could not think by myself properly. Like, I feel like for the longest time when I was going out clubbing and stuff like that, I didn't have enough sleep, which meant that I didn't have enough time to myself. In turn, I didn't have enough time to just like think about what I wanted in life, right? Because I was doing so much, going out so much, meeting so many people, so many stimulants going on in my brain that like I didn't even have time for myself to sit down and just like think about what I wanted in life. And then the time when it came to when I did have enough time to think about what I wanted in life, I was like, yeah, I don't want to do like going out every night, getting shit-faced and, going to clubs and raves and all of that. I want to actually learn something, build a skill, right? Learn something useful and, eventually use that to make more money. And like, it wasn't until then when I was ready to accept the information to come in that I was able to make these switches in my life. Because before I felt like I was constantly on the move and I didn't have time to just freeze and stop. And I think it's really important for people out there, especially for those who are freshly out of high school, who are always going out, having fun, and that's okay. I get it. You want to go out and have fun, and that's okay. But then, when you get to a point where you realize, like, what am I doing with my life? Then you want to actually just stop. Like, even just get a piece of paper or something and just write down how you feel, how you think, what you want to do in life, where you're at, what you're not happy with, and how you can change it. And, I feel like writing things down really like cements things into your life. When I started journaling every day and I started writing down the things I was grateful for, things I appreciate every day, it really cemented the way I felt about things, right? Like recently I'm on this money energy thing where I'm trying to attract money, I'm trying to be better with money, and I'm trying to just have a good relationship with money. And I've been journaling and writing how I'm really grateful for the things that have happened because of money, and writing it down really cements it into your brain, and it really does for myself. And I'm at a point now where I feel like I'm having a great relationship with money, and I'm happy taking risks with a lot of the money that I have because the risks are in myself. So yeah, just a little rant. I don't know. I really wanted to talk about it because I know a lot of people ask me like, why do you spend so much money? How have you spent so much money on dropshipping and on all of this? And, maybe I don't make the results on dropshipping. However, I learned so much, right, in the year that I did dropshipping. And so I'm so grateful for that and how much it built me as a person. And even if it can't work out, I will find something else that will work out. So yeah, like I'm really happy with it. Even if if I didn't make over $1 million and got to escape the 9-to-5 life of dropshipping, I truly think that I'll find something else that I can do it with. And I truly believe that TikTok Shop might be the next thing. So fingers crossed. I hope things go well. But yeah, I'll end this video here for you guys. Just a quick little rant about just how I've felt recently with a lot of people messaging me and, saying like how I'm able to take these big risks with money and, all of these things, but it's worth it in the end of the day. So it's up to you. Do you think like not spending money is going to get to where you want to be? Like, do you think there's no way, right? Because like when you spend money on something, it just makes you want to learn that thing more, right? Whatever it is. Whereas if you get something for free, like on YouTube, there's so many dropshipping courses out there, yet you don't watch them. Or if you do watch them, you won't do them, right? You won't take the action with it. But when you pay for something, if you spend 10 grand on something, there's no way you're not going to spend your time and effort to actually learn it, to get the value out of it. So yeah, that's what I think about spending money in terms of investing in yourself. I think it's really important. And yeah, you might get scammed. And even if you do, then you learned that reason why is probably because you didn't do enough research. You didn't learn enough about the course. You didn't find people who talked about the bad reviews, and you didn't assess it properly. So it's a life learning lesson. So if you do get scammed, that's why, and it's okay, but don't be afraid of taking another risk and investing money in something else. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this kind of helped you in terms of trying to open your mind a little bit in terms of trying to just take more risks with money and risk money for your own learning and for yourself. Don't waste the money on going out, getting drinks and getting shit-faced. That is just not worth it because you're destroying yourself and you want to be a better person anyways. So invest the money in yourself because that's what's important. And yeah, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Don't forget to subscribe.